It was an effort decades in the making, but cannabis is now officially a legal substance in New Mexico. You still can't smoke it in public places, but it's no longer a crime to have under 2 ounces on your possession as long as you're over the age of 21. And New Mexicans can now grow up to 12 plants at home without a permit if you live alone, as long as you are not selling it. Now, the Cannabis Regulation Act became the official law of the land on Tuesday, but questions about how the industry will run in New Mexico are far from answered. Here to discuss all of this week's virtual line opinion panel. We thank them all for their preparation for this week's show, starting with regular and attorney Sophie Martin. We also welcome back to the show Merritt Allen of Vox Optima Public Relations. And we bring back Dan McKay, Capitol Bureau reporter for the Albuquerque Journal. Welcome to you all. Now, there's a lot of excitement in the air, about this development and the potential economic impact, especially of this new industry, but it's a complicated issue still. And as we talk about a lot on this show, we don't know yet what some of the unintended consequences may be. And Merritt, will this be a day we all look back on in 20, 30 years as a major landmark for New Mexico? Is it that big?
Well, today isn't. I don't think. I think we have a long way to go. I think we've got a lot of murk to work through. And it was a shame because this time last year, I think we knew what was coming up. We knew what was coming up in the legislature. And so by the time draft legislation got to the specials, to this regular session, it wasn't ready. It didn't pass. We glommed together a special session. The legislation wasn't great. As you let in, if you happen to magically have marijuana in your possession right now, that's okay. But we have no real clear path forward about how that marijuana comes to be in your possession. So we also have a tremendous amount of dependence on federal jobs, which are also, you can't have a federal job and be using marijuana. You can't have a security clearance and be using marijuana. So I think perhaps July 1st, 2022 could be a big day, but not today.
I hear you, though. Quick point, though. Colorado does have a pretty massive federal presence, and they're sort of working their way through it as well as we are. Dan McKay, official cannabis sales won't happen until next year, April 1st, as we know, but there's still a lot to figure out before then. The Regulation and Licensing Division is working right now on rules for producers, promulgating those things, who needs to get growing sooner rather than later, all that kind of stuff. Those rules have to be finalized by September 1st, which is like the day after tomorrow in time when you're rulemaking. How feasible is that timeline? Are we rushing this, or are we dragging our feet? What's your sense of it as you watch this?
Yeah, there are people on both sides of the issue who feel like this is not happening as fast as it should. In some states they've done marijuana legalization through ballot measures, and that gives regulators very little time to prepare for it. In this case, you're seeing both the state and local governments scrambling to figure out how to prepare for this. One of the key debates that I'll be watching is how cities and counties deal with cannabis regulations. They cannot opt out entirely, but they can set reasonable rules on where these businesses may operate and that kind of thing. And that's going to raise some questions about do you want cannabis stores in a downtown or a historic area, that sort of thing. So we're going to see a debate all across the state, not just in Santa Fe.
Sophie, interestingly, Regulation and Licensing has been collecting public comment on this for a while. And, Superintendent Linda Trujillo says they're going to make it. They're going to make this September thing. But there's still a lot of confusion and concern from people who want to get in the business. That's the big problem here. How does the state and the RLD handle the need to educate the community while also coming up with those rules at such a fast pace? I mean, you're talking about, I can count about 4 major balls in the air these folks are trying to juggle right now.
It does feel like there's a certain cart before the horse element to this.
Yes.
It's not like we didn't know as a state that these issues were coming up, that deadlines were coming up, and that people were going to need to know. And what unfortunately I think happens is that in the absence of information, it's the already established businesses that are in the best position.
That's right.
I mean, I don't know, I'm not taking a side here, but that are in the best position to move forward. Whereas the folks who are hoping to enter the business are scrambling for detail. And I think it's especially notable, for instance, that the city of Santa Fe has said, yeah, we're working on it, but they seem pretty far behind in the conversation, as opposed to some of the other communities here. And that's going to be a big market there in Santa Fe. So that's a debate. Those are details that they really need to nail down.
Merritt, pick up on what Sophie said, but in this regard, micro businesses, of course, is a big part of the conversation. The equity issue mentioned over and over by sponsors of the Cannabis Regulation Act. I mean, Sophie just laid out a pretty clear thing. If you've got money now, you can get real estate, you can get in the game. I mean, what's the impact, for the sponsors, what they envisioned? Is it working out the way they envisioned at this point?
I think that simply by making the cost for a license $2,500, that's not enough to make ease of entry equal for all. And so, no, not enough time has been spent. And that's what just makes me so frustrated. Everyone knew this was coming up in the 2021 session. There was a panel created to look at this, and the legislation that went forward was just thrown together at the last minute. So either this is going to be free market capitalism or it's not.
Interesting.
And I think what we're saying is it's going to be free market capitalism. And to use a cliche, it is what it is.
You can see the forces forming. It's a difficulty. And Dan, last question. We got to jet for another topic here. What are you going to be watching for as the industry in licensing and rule creation moves forward? Anything particular you're looking for?
A lot of legislators are really interested in equity and who ends up dominating the market, whether bigger out-of-state corporations come in and have sort of the initial capital and investment to be able to start and get businesses going, or if local entrepreneurs are going to be able to compete as well. So I think there probably will be further legislation that looks at some of those, that tries to promote local entrepreneurs or smaller businesses, and we'll have to see how that plays out.
And once things are established, it's awfully hard to roll back or fix. That's for sure.